Starting a new job is an incredibly important time in our lives. One of those few defining moments we get in our career that either sets us up for massive success or massive failure. And over the last 15 or so years, I've been involved in well over 1,000 people being onboarded at companies I've worked at. And I've seen tons of mistakes. In this video, I want to share 3 unconventional things that I've seen really set new hires up for success. So if you're starting a new job or you have someone coming into your company, hopefully there's some nuggets of wisdom that helps you or them reach that success that little bit faster. So the first one actually starts very high level, which is a long time ago, I helped start a company that helped some of the best companies in the world hire and onboard their teams. Now, we did a ton of amazing things around payroll setup and calendar and tasks and workflows. But the most important thing of all of it wasn't actually by us. It was by the relationship between the new hire and the manager. And they say that people don't leave jobs, they leave managers. And why this was so important those first 90 days was having a clear, documented plan to success, typically broken into 30, 60, 90-day milestones. And this plan was just so important in giving the new hire that path to success and making sure they're able to crawl with the basics before they could walk and then they could run. Because often when new hires come into an organization, they want to do everything, but they can't because they don't have the context. So having that one-page plan can be so foundational to making sure that new job starts on the right foot. That's number one. Number two starts from a place of fear, which is often when we join a new organization, we have the skills, we have the experience, but we're missing a really key ingredient that limits our success. And when we get in there, we want to achieve, we want to show people how good we are and that we deserve the role, but we're missing the context. And the context takes months, sometimes years to actually fully pick up and grasp. And without that context, it often limits our impact, which can lead to a sense of insecurity and fear. Am I actually good enough? They call it imposter syndrome. And why it's so important is we need to give that time where we can match up the experience and the skills with that context so that person can have the maximum impact in that new job. And the faster we can do that, the better. So it relates to point one. But I share this because that sense of insecurity often leads to a place of fear, which is, am I actually good enough? And helping people understand that, yes, you belong in this room and giving them that context can ensure they have a great start to that next step of their journey. The third one actually starts when my first job, where I worked at a finance firm for a few years before I moved to America. And in this incredible start to my career, I had 2 very different mentors. They gave me so much and taught me a bunch of things, but they were very different in their work style. One was the classical workhorse, always grinding, they're on weekends, they're 24/7. And the second manager was a much more balanced individual. Sure, he knew how to work hard when it was needed, but he also showed his authentic self as far as work, life, family, holidays, all those sorts of things. And you know who rubbed off on me more? Yeah, the second guy. And I'm sure that's true for everyone, which is when people bring their full authentic selves and show how balanced they are in their life, it really rubs off on people. Now, as we start new jobs, often we can be so focused on doing a great job and working hard and staying late and those sorts of things. But showing your full lifestyle and showing people that you can live a balanced life and you're there for the long term can often set a much better example for who you really are and so you have much more success. So that's it. 3 things. Document a 9-day plan. Make sure that you know you belong in the room. And thirdly, be your full, true, authentic self. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you on the next one. Yay!